Welcome to the channel Movies 360 Kill Count, where we count all the kills and deaths in a movie. I'm Auret and today we are looking at movie Six-Headed Shark Attack, released in 2018, directed by Mark Atkins and written by Koichi, Petetsky and Mark Atkins. Six-Headed Shark Attack is a shark comedy survival movie in which we see what is supposed to be a marriage boot camp on a remote island turns into the ultimate test for survival when a six-headed shark starts attacking the beach. Trapped with minimal weapons, they try to fight off the shark but quickly discovers that no one is safe in the water or on land. Now let's see kills and deaths of movie Six-Headed Shark Attack, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. In 1984, a group of biology students celebrate their graduation party on a boat on the high seas near Hart Island. During the party, a young man and his girlfriend argue and the young man ends up throwing a wedding ring into the ocean. A few minutes later, the girl notices that a strange creature is approaching the boat and runs inside. Suddenly, one of the students is pulled into the water and eaten alive. Everyone despairs and tries to hide from that monster. However, the young woman is unable to escape and all of them attacked by the six-headed mutant shark. 30 years have passed since the day this massacre took place, and Will reunites with 4 other couples on that same island where the tragic incident took place. The man, along with his wife, had devoted years of his life to providing therapy to couples who were on the verge of separation. Will purposes that they disconnect from everything around them so they can reconnect with each other. After the activity, Will asks Bragg and Rebecca, his helpers, to leave some supplies on the floating platform so the couples can enjoy a moment of relaxation. After preparing the platform, they decide to row to the reef as Rebecca believes that the view from that place is very beautiful. When the couple finally arrives at the scene, they feel something moving in the water. Brad is the first to be knocked off his boat, and then Rebecca also falls into the sea in a few seconds and mutated shark approaches and immediately devours them. Upon returning to the island for finding his co-workers, Will and Duke assemble a makeshift rifle. The plan is to skewer the shark's head and blow its brain out. Duke cuts his hand and lets the blood flow in the water. In this way, the monster is attracted and he has the opportunity to strike it. The tragedy worked. However, what nobody expected is that the creature would have another 5 heads to bite the man. When Duke at least expected it, the animal emerges from the water and attacks him. The 5 heads compete with each other to decide who will get the prey. During the fight, Duke's body is destroyed and splits in half. Then one of the heads rips off that limb that had been destroyed and Will's run away. The floating lab starts to rock and Jake falls into the water. Then a metal shelf is knocked over, blocking the passage that the man had to return to the boat. Sarah despairs and tries to find him. A few seconds later, her boyfriend emerges and with the help of the other team members is pulled back into the vessel. The couple hug and the girl cries with relief knowing that Jake is okay. Suddenly, the mutated monster appears and pulls Sarah into the water. Jake tries to help her and is also captured. That was the tragic end of the young couple. Now the only concern they had was getting to the lighthouse in time to hide from the storm. Well, at least that's what they thought. Even on solid ground, something completely bizarre and unlikely happens. The mutant shark comes out of the water and uses its side heads as paws to walk under the sand. The animal begins to run towards the lovebirds. KIP is captured and asks Angie to flee. But the woman refuses to abandon him and ends up being dragged along with her husband, and both are devoured. And the rest decide to flee. Before that, creature starts chasing them. But to everyone's nightmare, the six-headed shark not only can walk, it can also run. The creature was about to reach its fangs when Will appears with a machete and rips off one of the bizarre monster heads. Severely injured, the animal retreats and returns to the sea. Then the rest of the team runs to the lighthouse. Next we see Daphne gets up and leaves the lighthouse and goes to the beach and climbs on one of the rocks to be very close to the sea. Then the monster appears, jumps up and eats her. A few minutes later, Susan and Zack arrives at the lighthouse. Mary sees something heading towards the boat. The mutated shark starts swimming in circle around the boat, creating a whirlpool in the water that would sink them. Before the vessel sinks, Zack asks Susan to jump into the water and try to save herself. At that moment, the boat is swallowed by the ocean and Zack is devoured. Susan swims towards the beach, but the shark goes after her. One of his heads snaps Susan, causing her immediate death. Will stands on top of the rock screaming in despair. For him, there was nothing worse than seeing his wife killed right in front of him. Then Will is determined to destroy that freak before luring the shark out. Mary and Will bury some cylinders in the sand so that they blow the monster brain out. Suddenly, the monster appears and starts walking out of the sea. Will asks them to split up to confuse heads at the time of the attack. They start screaming to get the creature's attention. In that instant, James sees an opportunity to eliminate his supposed competitor. The man prepares to shoot him, but Mary realizes her husband's evil plan and runs towards Will. The woman knocks him to the ground and he narrowly misses a shot in the back. Seeing the shark approaching his wife, James shoots one of its head and is attacked back in a completely unexpected way. The creature rips off the head and was hit and launches it towards the lighthouse. The man is hit and dies immediately. On impact, as he was badly injured, the monster returns to the sea, allowing Will and Mary to escape with their lives. However, they will still have to eliminate that creature if they want to leave that island. Will discovers that the engines are not working and goes to investigate what happened. Suddenly, the shark approaches the boat and tries to attack them. Will pierces one of its heads several times with a harpoon. But Mary knows that the creature would still survive and asks Will to go with her to the island. Will takes his flare and the boat jumps into the sea. The shark, when manages to free itself, it accidentally ends up taking the cylinders containing acetylene. With it, in the meantime, Will and Mary manage to reach the island and try to hide among the rocks. However, the shark jumps out of the water and goes after them. Will intends to use the flare to eliminate the creature and shoots one of the cylinders. In doing so, the gas is released and causes an explosion. The animal is completely torn apart and even separated from its body. The pair get up. Now they'll have to find another way to get the hell out of that island.